think it really comes down to when you're walking with God, you have this desire inside of you to serve Him, but then you necessarily don't know where or how. And Pastor Rick had said that it's really 10% us and 90% God. That's how He's glorified. So that really took the big why question or how question out of my hands, because it's like, well, I only have to do 10% and He'll do the rest. So, and someone came to me and, through serving locally, I knew that I had, the spiritual gifts of leadership and teaching and encouragement. So I had that to work with. And someone asked me, do you want to lead a trip to Mexico? Okay, I can lead a trip. I'm a leader. And so I went and I led a trip. And now, over 100 trips later, we're mobilizing local churches to do global peace trips on themselves. They're mobilizing other churches. And I think what's so exciting is that when you do peace, and you see it in action and you see it multiply and duplicate, there is nothing more rewarding than that. For instance, you go out there and you teach on how to evangelize, and how to really reach the lost, and you work with the local church, and then you put these perimeters where you put these checks and balances. Do you understand what I'm training you on? Try it, do it. And then you see them actually going out on their own, doing it exactly like you trained them. And it's almost as if you were there, because you see, every motion, every, word, every action that you did. And that part is exciting, because you see that little part that you had, and then God took it and just ran with it. And we don't have to really worry about what God's going to do with it. I remember we were working with this community, and they wanted to know how to sew, but I wanted to make disciples. So I developed a school model that taught them how to sew, but I made disciples. And that was my main goal. And that was the focus of the school. And when it was all said and done, when they graduated, none of them mentioned sewing. They mentioned how they wanted to reach others for Christ. And all those students became disciples, and they actually planted other schools. And they're making disciples. And that I won't ever forget, because the one thing they were focused on is not what they're focused on now. And that's just the power of the word, the power of discipleship. Is because when you really do make a disciple and you just don't bring someone to Christ, you really make that disciple, you're really investing in so many other lives that you don't have to worry about, because they're doing it. Everyone's doing their own little part. I will never be the same, because you don't have to fear anything. I mean, I've seen Him do so much with what little I've done, and that just empowers me. I will never be the same, because I don't have a small vision, I have a large vision, because there's no impossibilities for me. Obstacles are not obstacles for me. It's just, okay, so where is God going to have me go around this? What's the obstacle? I'm never defeated, because we already know we're the winners, we're the victorious ones. So it's just a matter of just doing and going and not being fearing and not questioning it.